Multiple investigations are underway into a series of deaths at the Gwinnett County Jail. 8 people have died since a new administration took over in 2021. That's more than any other metro jail of its size.
Well, Fox 5 I-Team reporter Randy Travis asks why.
Last April, friends held a rally outside the Gwinnett County Jail in memory of a man who died inside. Sherry Strahan's only son, Dion.
It's been hard. I feel like I don't know much more than I knew on the day that he died.
Strahan was in jail to face aggravated assault and weapons charges. Serious crimes, yes, but ones that don't carry the death penalty. During his months behind bars, his mother says Strahan would constantly call to complain jail staff ignored his deteriorating health.
He wasn't just a number, he was a human, and he deserved medical care.
An autopsy would reveal Strahan died of a ruptured ulcer. His mother later received this letter, written by a former cellmate and signed by 18 other inmates, claiming Strahan was once laughed at by a deputy when he tried to get help. And Strahan worried they weren't trying to find the source of the problem to his pain, but just kept attempting to give him random medications.
The night before he died, he called me, and we were excited because he said that they said that there would be a doctor there the next morning that would see him. So I was, up early waiting for a call from him, and that's when they came and rang my doorbell, and he died at 5:50 a.m. that morning.
Strahan would be the second of 7 inmates to die last year in the Gwinnett County Detention Center. That's 3 times more than in the larger DeKalb County Jail, nearly twice as many compared to the even busier jail in Fulton County. An 8th Gwinnett prisoner died in January. Is there a clear reason for so many deaths? Well, for one thing, nobody died from COVID. In 2020, 2 people passed away here at the Gwinnett County Jail, compared to 7 people last year. So did anything change in 2021? Well, a new sheriff took over. Sounds like you've got an issue compared to the other counties.
It's unfortunate that we have even one death, okay? Just even one is one too many. But to say that we have a problem, no.
Kibo Taylor became sheriff with a vow to change the culture inside the jail. Before he took over, the county paid millions of dollars to settle civil rights lawsuits filed by inmates subdued by the jail's rapid response team. Taylor disbanded the unit on his first day in office and encouraged deputies to get more involved in settling inmate disputes. Instead, dozens resigned, including Nina Anderson, worried about her safety.
And I'm thankful for that because I got out in one piece.
Anderson spent 22 years with the sheriff's office. In 2019, she took home the Deputy of the Year award. 2 years later, she retired in lieu of termination after suggesting a superior was having an affair and then denying she said it when confronted. But Anderson insists she was planning to quit anyway.
I just walked out the door one day crying, heavy-hearted, and with a lot of regrets.
At that point, only 1 inmate had died. 7 more would follow. 1 ruled a suicide, 2 others suspected overdoses with drugs smuggled into the jail. The rest, including Strahan, still under investigation by the GBI or Sheriff's Office.
In the same time period, DeKalb had only 2 deaths.
DeKalb did? I'm shocked, actually.
She blames at least some of the deaths on not having enough staff to properly monitor prisoners. This December memo required deputies work overtime until March.
They're frustrated because of the mandatory overtime and staffing shortages. Kind of make them a little more scared, a little more wary.
There's no way I'm going to sit here and tell you that we've gotten everything right.
Taylor says they have seen an increase in staff injuries, but excessive force incidents are way down. He's yet to fill 114 positions since taking over last year, or about 13% of its workforce. But other jails can't find enough staff either.
We've not found any issues as far as the staffing levels that we can say that had anything to do with this.
So far, no one has sued over any of the 8 deaths. Sherry Strahan is waiting to read the GBI report before deciding if what happened to her son was an unavoidable tragedy or something someone inside this building could have or should have prevented. In Lawrenceville, Randy Travis, Fox 5 News.